Alright, warning, this video will be explicit, so we'll have some curse words in it. So just a word of caution for anybody that's watching. And I said that, when was it? Day before yesterday. What's up, man? I said the day before yesterday I was gonna do another video. What's up, Eric? I was gonna do another video about this Koonya West situation with this jackass thinking that slavery was a choice. So again, before I start my rant, what's good with you? Before I start my rant, I just want to let y'all know that this will be explicit. So I know this topic has been touched so many times by the media and superstars and all that other bullshit, and who the fuck am I? I'm just a struggling content creator trying to make it out there, right? So why does my opinion really fucking counts, right? So that's how most people look at it. But this shit with this dude, man, people that honestly believe that shit about that shit being a choice, look at one episode of Roots. That's all you gotta fucking do. And the reason why I'm like so fucked up with this nigga is that he comes from Chi-Town. He comes from Chicago. They kill niggas in Chicago. Everybody, niggas get killed out there. Niggas get oppressed out there. So how can you come from a place and then you get on national TV and you talk about Bush hates black people? Now you sleeping with the enemy. What changed? Bush was less of a racist than fucking Trump, and you called him out, but you're not calling Trump out. Trump's not doing. I keep calling this dude. I'm sorry. I keep calling the Grand Wizard by his wrongful name. Koonya and the Grand Wizard just best bed buddies, right? Choice. Once again, African American people didn't come over. Yeah. I mean, he's out of his fucking mind, Eric. Black people didn't come over this motherfucker because they wanted to get fried chicken and sunflower seeds and shit. That wasn't their main reason for getting on the boat. You know what I mean? Niggas was just kidnapped. They was kidnapped and brought over here. And you thought that was a fucking choice, to be ripped from your native land and brought over to America to work for free, no health benefits. A nigga ain't even get a vacation. I bet you when a nigga got the flu, he still had to go out there and pick cotton. He had to do all this. See, a choice is when you can say, give your opinion and say, no, I'd rather not do that. Or no, just no. And there's no consequences for your decision. That's what a choice is. A choice is not, okay, you're going to get out and do this, and you have no choice. Get out there and do whatever it is, or do this, do that. That's not a choice. Okay? Like I said, watch one episode of Roots, and that should be enough said, right? So the title of the stream is False Idols. I'll put that in there too. The people that's looking at these mogul superstars, how do you feel about them profiting off of the backs of people that are in a lower tax bracket than they are to get to where they are now. You know, you go to the movies and you support this and you buy albums to support that person, and they never come back to your neighborhood, or they never come back to you and give back. Countless of these police academy rappers, and the reason why I call them police academy rappers is because instead of making real hip hop lyrics, they just make a whole bunch of fucking sounds. And if you watch Police Academy, if you know what Police Academy is, then you know what the fuck I'm talking about. They make sounds to a tight ass beat. You know what I'm saying? The beats are nice, but they make sounds to these beats and shit, and you know what I'm saying? All this bullshit, man. And you don't 10 years from now, you're not going to remember none of that shit. But you put on some Frankie, and you'll probably remember every word that he said, because the lyrics, he speak clearly, and he's talking about something. Or not just to use Frankie, like anybody. You know what I'm saying? Just, okay, what's the most mumbling this dude? What's up, James? James Brown. You can 10 years from now, you can put on a James Brown song and he's talking about something, and you can remember every word that he say. I mean, just look at one of James Brown songs, Please. I mean, the nigga say please for half of the half of the fucking record. Please, 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 please. You know what I'm saying? So if you can't remember that, I don't know what the hell. But these false idols that a lot of us African Americans are supporting, they don't give back, and they have these weird ass thoughts, and they say all this weird ass shit, you know what I mean? But you follow them. You think they're super great. I mean, and Koonya West is a prime fucking example. Everybody keep talking about, well, the College Dropout album and all this other stuff. The way that shit is going now, it's not what you did in the past. It's always what you have done in the present. And what he's doing in the present is not, it's nothing, right? So for the people that are watching this, well, clicking on this after the fact of the live broadcast, let me explain something to you. Old school. I don't know why the music can't be recycled. Great. I mean, it was good back in the day. Hip hop was really hip hop back in the day. But let me school you on people who think that slavery was a choice, right? And let me school you on some black history, right? Now, I don't claim to be the most knowledgeable of Black History Month, and I don't claim to know everything about Black History Month or Black History, period. I don't claim none of that. What I do know is that Black History Month, this is my opinion, and let me finish out before people start saying, like, why the fuck you say that? Black History Month is a joke. And the reason why it's a joke is because, as I've said before in this channel, Black History Month is taught on the shortest month of the year. You combine the hours and the days of how many days kids are in school. You combine the hours of Black History Month being taught, and it doesn't even add up to 24 hours. Now, when I was being taught Black History Month was just sitting in a classroom watching Roots, and there was somebody on a projector, and I mean, he was probably one of the students that the teacher trusted the most. He would hit the tape recorder play button while the film was spinning. And y'all niggas know, you 75 babies know what the fuck I'm talking about. That was our Black History Month, right? Yeah, you're absolutely correct, Aunt. Um, Whenever you wipe out, and I'm talking about Black History Month, whenever you wipe out more than half of the population, there's no way that you can get the whole story. Black History Month is a joke with I say that because and I'm not saying that it's a joke because it's not relevant. It's very relevant. I'm saying that it's a joke because the way that the schools are teaching it, the way that the government handles Black History Month, because being taught Black History Month in schools, it comes down from the government. The government regulates what the kids will be taught and how they will be taught. That's how it is. You understand? And for a government that don't support minorities, they're only going to give you snippets of what you think you would know or what they might want you to know. Do you notice why when Black History Month is taught, the only people that are being taught about are people that was heavily covered in the news, nothing more. You see, when you get out of high school and college, you know, some Black History Months are, some Black history is taught in college. Some of it is just learned by, you know, kids that go to school, they go to college and they study and they read more. It's something that wasn't available in their early schooling. So when these kids go to school, they find out that, hey, there was this other black man. Or if you're Hispanic, you find out, hey, this was this other guy that did this and contributed that. Something that they didn't teach you in school. But blacks in America, they have it the worst because we were brought over to this country forcefully, been raped, been killed, been mutilated, been taught that you can never be more than what you are right now. You've been taught to be a employee, not a boss. You are taught all these values to keep you from reaching the full potential that you could possibly be, right? Black people in America, or anybody in America, black, white, whoever's in this country, you have certain people that strive to become more than, what's up, Angel? Become more than what they are, right? So you do have a few out here that strive to say, okay, I'm not gonna stay in this level. I'm going to strive to get more, and then they make it out. I applaud that. That's good. But when you have been, when you have been brainwashed to say, okay, you can only make it at this level. If you try to go any higher, you're going to not succeed. That's what's being taught in schools, right? If you go to different counties, if you go to the more urban areas and you go to their schools, you see how stuff is outdated. You see how things are nasty. Is, you know, teachers that don't really care because they're in an environment that don't give a fuck about them. So why some teachers, if you don't give a fuck about me, why should I give a fuck? Let me just go get this check and be done with it. Then you go to the more ritzier areas. You see much more. You know what I'm saying? You see baseball fields and all this other stuff, and you go inside their schools, computer labs, and it's just immaculate. You know what I'm saying? The hallways are clean, the floors are clean, all this other shit. So you can tell either between a dirty house and a clean house. You're going to get a better result out of a clean house than you are in a dirty house, right? So that's where that shit divides, right? The more out of the ghetto that you go, the more better schools, the more better jobs, the more education, the more everything for you to succeed at life. And the reason why slavery still is affecting black people today is because that shit is genetically in your fucking system. Over 400 years of just slavery, and then after slavery, still being denied the rights that you should have gotten in the first place. One race of people never had to fight so hard just to fucking come inside the front of a restaurant or drink at a fucking water fountain. And Koonya West, you still think that was a fucking choice? It was a choice to get your foot chopped off. It was a choice to have your wife raped right in front of you, and you couldn't do shit about it. If you think that was a choice, let somebody come and snatch your wife up, right? Let somebody come and snatch up, what's her name? Kim. What the fuck? Yeah, Kim Kardashian. Let somebody come and snatch up Kim Kardashian and fuck the shit out of her right in front of you. Then would that be your choice? Yeah, I mean, Kanye West, he's a fucking... I don't know what's going on with him, and I'm not making no excuses for him. You got too much money for a nigga to make excuses for your behavior. You too much fucking money. You know? He's a fucking Uncle Ruckus. He the nigga off of Django. That's what that nigga is. You understand? And it's just embedded in African American people. That's what it is. And it's going to take the same amount of time to undo. What's up, Ed? It's going to take the same amount of time to undo everything that has been done to us as a people. That shit just don't happen overnight. That change don't happen overnight. It's going to take more than 600 years to change everything that's been done to us. And for this man to put this shit in one cliche, your voice is way bigger than mine. So I don't know how many people that this video is going to get out to, and I don't know how many people mindsets that I may change, right? Because who am I? I'm Fred Y, the dude from the game show, the motorcycle rider, the chess player, the fucking video game player, the nigga that be on YouTube and Facebook ranting and raving and shit like that. That's who I am. I don't have the voice to reach as many people as Kanye. So, Koonya, I keep disrespecting this man. I'm sorry. Koonya West. I don't have the voice that reaches out. I have a platform that I can attempt to reach out to millions of people. Will that happen? Who knows? You know, what's up, Keith? But what I can tell you is know your facts before you put it out there on the internet, because once it's on the internet, then it's forever. And you have people that will listen to you. Like if a million people listen to me and I said I don't like Snickers, don't never get no Snicker bar again, and I don't give a complete explanation of why you don't eat a Snicker bar, I will have at least one out of a million to say I'm not gonna fuck with no Snicker bar no more. And I know that sounds stupid, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that the impact of a person's voice. If my YouTube channel was up there with Pootie Pie and Boogie 129 or whatever his name is, and I'm not disrespecting the dude, I just can't remember what his name is, or Lamar Wilson. If I had a big tag like that and I had as many followers as they got, and I came on Facebook or YouTube and started saying some outrageous shit, then I would have at least, maybe a couple of hundred people to side on whatever I'm ranting and raving about or I'm disappointed in. So you have to be very cautious of what you put out there. You understand? The whole thing is that you can't be from an area where there are known problems with the police and other black people. Chicago has, back in that day, you know what I'm saying, big gangs or big group of people that committed crimes, shit like that. Look at a couple of episodes of Good Times. All right. If you doubt what I'm saying, when I'm talking about when that shit first came on, the young Michael, not that Good Times when they started going downhill and Thelma got married and all that other shit. I'm talking about when James was still alive. Look at that. They got those stories. Some of that shit they didn't make up. They got them stories from actual facts. So Koonya is probably around the same age that I am. So he grew up in that time. So you can't tell me that you didn't see any type of racism. His mother, I found out, was some type of historical professor. And to my knowledge, I never knew the lady a day in my life. Never spoke to her. But as some type of person that studies the history of your culture, you know what happened. No, he was the original gangbanger. So now I'm getting off topic and I'm dancing all over the place. I'm not gonna be on here too much longer. because I gotta get ready to step out for a minute. But people, you're watching this. Don't let that shit creep inside you and believe that. It's when you're forced to do something, it's not a choice. It's either you do it or you die. That's how it was back in slavery. Now, I'm not the first person. I'm not going to say that I know everything about history, especially slavery, because I wasn't in slavery. But I do have effects of my ancestors being in slavery. And when I say black history is a joke, it is, because the government teaches us what they want us to know. The government only teaches us black history coming from what they saw in the news. Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King, and I can't even name a lot of people. Like I said, I don't know about that. But more, if you're black, more than half of your history is not reachable, because half of your history has been killed off. So how can you teach history when you have so many pieces missing? It's like driving on the road and there are big ass ditches, right? Some of them, you're driving from here to Florida, right? And maybe every 100th mile that you get to, there's a big ass ditch, a big ass, like 100-foot gap between one road to the next. So 100 feet of road is missing. And your car, you can't do the Dukes of Hazzard shit and jump over to the next side. That's how black history is, because you have so many big chunks missing. And the fix is to fill it up with what you think may happen. So then you can go ahead and pass through. But you patch that road up and so many cars keep going over it, eventually it's going to give out and that ditch is going to form again. So then you have to find something else to fill that hole with. And that's what black history is. I'm telling you, y'all, it's a fucking shame that out of all the races that are in America today, that, and I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, right? I love everybody, and I should have started off with that. I love everybody. I interact with everybody. I don't care what race, what color, what your sexual preferences. I don't care, because I don't look at people in a color tone. If you are an asshole to me, then I will write you off. Like, I don't fuck with you because you're an asshole. It don't matter if you're white, black, or whatever color you are. That shit doesn't matter. I go on your character. That's how I determine if I still fuck with you or not. So I don't care about a color tone or a description, identity of your race, your sexuality, any of that. Because at the end of the day, if I cut you right? If I take a knife and I stab your ass, if you bleed the same color blood that I bleed, then there's no reason for me to think of you any different, right? If I stab you, if I cut you, and you start bleeding some green shit or whatever, then, like, hold up, who the fuck is this nigga? That's when I become a little prejudiced. But if you bleed the same color blood as I, there's no reason for me to hate you or think less of what you are. So, get that out the way. What I'm saying is that black people in America are still catching the remnants of what slavery has done to our ancestors hundreds of years ago. It's still in effect, because even though it says this shit on paper that we have equal rights, you can turn on the fucking news and you can see that that shit is not true at all. I say this, black people are tolerated, not accepted. Black people in America, what's up, Mike? Are tolerated, not accepted. You can be the richest, blackest nigga on earth, but the one thing that you do to piss somebody off, you could be pegged back down to humble you and say, you know, you still a nigga now. I mean, you got a little bit of money, but you still's a nigga now. That has happened over the course of years, man. Black people in America, you can do certain shit and can't get away with it with your other counterparts. Say the other thing about schools, teaching in schools, different languages. There are most people won't leave the country. You know what I'm saying? Most black people won't leave the country. You may go to a different city or state. You know, you may take a vacation out to California or Arizona or Florida or, you know, Virginia or DC and shit like that. But you won't leave the country. That's not for all. That's for majority. So lessons in school, being taught French and Spanish and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not diminishing those other races, but it should not be a requirement for you to learn a second language when you don't even know your native language. You understand? What's up, Mandy? So I'm telling you people that all this shit being said, you as a black person, you have to look real deep and think about your heritage. First of all, if you're watching this right now, even the few people that I have in this vlog, right? You're not but you know what, Mike, I don't give him a pass. I don't give him, oh, thanks for the love, Mandy. I don't give Kanye West is dealing with some mental. Yeah, I mean, he's dealing with some mental stuff, but you got too much money to do that. You have too much money to accept that. But he believes that. He truly believes that. He's backing up a dude that don't give a damn about the people that you familiarize yourself with. Koonya West is not a white man. Koonya West is not a Hispanic man. Koonya West is a black man, right? So when he put these albums out and when he talk and do this, he's representing how other races look at us, because he's more in the limelight, right? So the higher status that you have, you out there performing, you out there on TV, you doing this, that, and the other. Races are looking at you like, okay, that's how people act. That's how black people act. People, notice this. Every movie that you see, right, that has a black person cast in it, why is it that majority of the time that they have this yo 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 lines written on them, right? They got this stigma where their script is so different from their counterparts' script, right? They talk in a totally different manner. I watched a horror movie. I forgot what it was called, but the horror movie had a couple of white people in it, and then they had this black dude in it. But the black dude was talking so stereotypical, and the white people were talking with basic lines, right? Just talking regularly, right? And I'm not saying that to talk white is ignorant. I hate when people say, why you have to act white, or why you have to talk white. You don't talk white. Hold on, y'all. So I'm not talking, I gotta get ready to go in a minute. But I'm not talking about when I'm not talking about like people say you talk white, and you all that's dumb as hell. Black people, any race, talk intelligently. You don't have to okay, look. When I was a youth, and I would get into a lot of trouble, and I would go into court and all this other shit, there was a certain way that you have to speak when you're in front of that judge. You don't go in there with the, yeah, I mean, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Yeah, I ain't do that shit and all that other shit. You don't go in there. Yes, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. You talk sensible. When you go in for a job interview, you don't, yeah, man, so what the fuck, man? You gonna give me this motherfucking job and that nigga, what's up? Nah, you don't do that. Yeah. Hello, sir. You know what I'm saying? You talk like you got professionalism. If you have your own business and you're meeting a client, you don't talk with the yo and all that other shit, because you're not going to get respected, or they're not going to fuck with you. You know, it's even with the way that you look. It's so fucking, I mean, it's just a lot of shit in there. But people talk intelligently sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You carry yourself depending on, what's up, Jamal? You carry yourself on the situation that you're in. You understand? I'll be the first nigga to say, I say nigga a lot. I say nigga almost every day. If I go 24 hours and I don't speak to nobody, I'll just say nigga before I go to sleep just to get one out. I curse a lot. I do everything. You know what I'm saying? I act hood. I act gangster. If you watch the game shows episodes, you'll see a lot of horror stories. When I get pissed off, then I act a different way. So I'm fucking human. But I know where to keep my gangster at. I know to keep my gangster from a certain area. What's up, Rodney? I know how to keep my gangster calm, but I know how to bring out my professional side when I'm somewhere else. You understand? So it's not, I'm not all with the gangster bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And talking I'm not with that 24/7. I pick my spots where I can just chill. You know what I'm saying? So acting white and talking white and all that other shit. But what I was saying before I just went into a random tantrum is that like my title says, the false idols and Koonya West and all this other shit. I don't get that nigga a pass because he got too much fucking money. You give me 500,000, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? He got too much money to act the way he do and to come out there and say that. You can't be from Chicago and think that slavery was a choice. Him and I are about the same age. Him and I got taught, I guarantee you, him and I got taught the same way of Black History Month. If you are in your 40s, you went to public school, your ass got taught the same fucking way. You got sit down in the class, you got roots turned on, you had the motherfucker in the back that was in charge of the tape to press play. That's what you got learned. Largo High School, that's how the fuck I got taught. Martin Luther King, Jane Pittman, or whatever her name is, Rosa Parks, and Malcolm X. Those were the only 4 motherfuckers I knew. Alright? I didn't know about the first black president ever. I didn't know about a black president, and most of y'all may say, ain't no black president? Oh, you talking about Obama? Or you might make a joke, oh, you talking about Bill Clinton? No, nigga, Bill Clinton was the first black president. Obama wasn't the first black president. Do your fucking history. Check your history. His name will come to mind. But he wasn't elected, he was appointed. This was 18 something. Just go in your search bar and type in first black president. And there was a black man that was president before. I think it was even before George Washington or somewhere around that time. But see, I didn't know that shit until I got out of school. I was working at Staples at that time when I learned that shit, when we was having a deep discussion after the store closed. So, just gotta know your history, man. And Black history is so fucking messed up. It's not even, you can't believe half the shit that you hear or that you been taught about. Like I said, Black history is a road with 100-foot deep craters in it. You can fill it up, you can pass through it, but eventually that crater is gonna sink again, right? Because when you kill people, listen to me, when you kill off more than half of the population of black people, how the fuck can you then say, okay, this is how Black History Month is? Because there are so many generations that was killed off for you to not give a accurate depiction of what Black History Month is. You don't know half of your fucking ancestors, right? And now this is my belief. I believe that there are a lot of people that are in relationships to this day that are related somewhere around the corner. You know, the bloodline may have been thinned out so much that, you know, if you have a kid, the genes don't get affected so much. But I believe everybody, if you're dating somebody, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying everybody. Let me take that back. But some people are involved with people that they are unknowingly related to. Because more than half of the population killed off. More than half of your population killed off. You don't know your fucking history. What is Black History Month when you have so many fragments of pieces missing out of your history? Okay. And I'm not doing a black and white scenario. Let me see. I'm not doing a black and white versus type thing, right? But what I'm saying is that history, the white history, is more of the accurate scenario there is right now, because even though there were wars and shit like that and killings, it wasn't total populations taken out. So their history their history is more accurate than what anybody else's is. And I said before, and I didn't complete what I said. If you are watching this, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about everybody that's watching this right now. If you're watching the rebroadcast of this, if you're watching this live, you and I are not native here. Okay? And the reason why I say that, you could be black or white, Asian, whatever. You're not from here. You're not here. If you are from some type of Indian tribe, then I would take that back. You understand? You're not from here. If you weren't born here, I mean, you were born here, but your roots don't lie here. The only roots that lie here are Native Americans, right? Again, when I was a kid, I used to get in trouble because when that Christopher Columbus shit came up, I always had the thought of, how did they find some shit that was never lost? How can you say that you founded something that was never presumed to be lost? Christopher Columbus came over here. He seen the Native Americans. The Native Americans taught him some valuable lessons that he took back to wherever the fuck he came from. So you can't say that you found this place, but there was nobody there. Okay? So that's just like me saying, okay, I'm gonna walk into Jay-Z and Beyonce house. Oh, this shit mine now. You know why? Because I found it. I found the shit. Y'all get the fuck out. It's my shit now. Y'all get out. Like, nah, nigga, what the fuck you talking about? This my deed right here. This is my house. Like, nah, nigga, I found it. What the fuck you talking about? Jay-Z, Beyonce, pack your shit, man. Get the Grammys and go. You know what I mean? That's the same analogy that Christopher Columbus shit is. You can't find something that was already here, inhabited by people, and say, okay, well, it's America now, nigga. And then you wipe off half the population of Native Americans. You tell me the last time you seen a fucking Native American. A real fucking Native American. Them niggas is scarce. Very scarce. So, look, y'all. Koonya West and the Grand Wizard, they can be best bed buddies. They can for all I care, you know, I'm not gonna say that I was a big Kanye West fan. You know, when his music came on to the radio, you know, I would listen to it. I love some of his music, right? But I was never a nigga that went out and I don't think I ever went out and brought somebody's CD. You know what? Except for Maxwell, because I fuck with Maxwell. I think that's the only CD that I actually brought was a Maxwell CD. Never brought any CDs, right? And for me to actually buy a fucking CD, that means like I got to fuck with you hard. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have brought Luther CDs and shit. You know what I'm saying? But you know, niggas get music. But I actually did buy Maxwell CDs. So I can say that I was never a big fan when his songs came on the radio. Yeah, I knew the lyrics and I would rap to it and sing along and shit, karaoke style. But I was never like, man, I gotta go get cheesy and all this other shit. I'm like, nah. Yeezy, or whatever the fuck his name is. Nah, I wasn't one of those type niggas. And this nigga's all over the place, like I'm doing right now, right? So this nigga's all over the place with shit where he talking about Ralph Lauren and he's trying to get, poor kids and all this other shit and bunch of bullshit, right? And like the comments said, the title of the show, False Idols. Koonya, if you're so worried about the inner city people, give your album away for free. Give your Yeezys away for free. If you so care about that, put your Yeezys inside of Payless, like Shaq did. Shaq put his shoes in Payless and in Walmart. Although I don't own a pair of Shaqs, I will probably never get a pair of Shaqs because, I've been I've been in the Jedi mind trick that, don't fuck with them shoes. And it's nothing to say about Shaq. It's just, I'm not going to walk around with shoes from those places. And that's not, and I'm not trying to say anything bad about that. It's just the way that my mind has been conformed. Now that I'm getting a little bit older, that was younger. Now that I'm getting a little bit older, those values are starting to dissipate, right? So I have no cut cards. I don't get embarrassed easily. I can go inside the Payless and get some shoes, right? I mean, I got a whole bunch of Nikes and all that other shit. I think the only thing I got is Nikes in here. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got some old school shit too, some K-Swiss and a lot of other shoes and shit, right? But I can put on some Payless shoes. I can go inside Walmart, put on some Walmart shoes, and I'm good. I don't give a fuck what you say. What are those? Nigga, these are fucking shoes. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm getting older, my mind is starting to change. I'm getting much wiser. I'm leaving that adolescent and boy stage and thinking like a man each and every day. It's something that's going to take over. It's not going to be overnight. It's a gradual climb, right? So everybody evolves. It's a daily thing, at least for me, daily thing. With everything that I do, it's a daily thing for me. I evolve every single day. I get more mature every single day. Some of the shit that I used to do a week ago, I don't do today. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing that anybody that knows me personally, that seen me face to face, that you can reach out and touch my finger, anybody that knows me like that knows that, yeah, Fred, he's a little bit rough around the edges, right? But he's a cool ass dude though. But don't piss him off. Don't piss him off. As long as you don't piss Fred off, you good. You ain't got to kiss Fred ass, because he ain't that type of nigga. But just don't piss him off. You understand? And everybody that knows me personally can tell you that. I don't have to tell you that. The things that I do, if I had a platform, I do have a platform, but if I had a voice that reached millions and millions and millions of people, the way that I would carry that, if I'm being listened to, people taking what I'm saying and they're saying, okay, well, yeah, I value what this guy says. I wouldn't put shit out in the air that would disrespect my people, devalue my people. And when I say my people, I'm talking about every race. I would represent everything across the board: black, white, Hispanic, foreign, all of that, Native Americans. I will represent everybody, right? Because as I said before, As long as you bleed the same color blood that I bleed, I fuck with you. It doesn't matter your race, the color you are. I go on your, not even your personality, but I just go off of the person that you are. If you're an asshole, then I'll put you in that asshole box. If you are a good person, I'll put you in a good person box. You don't have to be good to me. I don't even have to know you. I'd be like, okay, I see this person's actions. Okay, I fuck with that dude. He's a good dude. I'm not going to look at the person and first of all, off the back, I don't fuck with him because he handicapped. Or I'm not going to fuck with that person because they transsexual. I'm not going to fuck with that person because they gay. I'm not going to fuck with that person because they this, that, and the other. If you have a problem with a person's color or sexual or sexual whatever, you are a fucking fool, man. Why are you mad? If that's not the way that you want to live your life, that's good for you. Don't fucking judge anybody else because that's not your cup of tea. You may judge that person, and that person may be the motherfucker that when you get a flat on the side of the road, they pull over and they help you out. So you can't judge a person by the way that they look or by what they do. You have to judge a person from within inside. You understand what I'm saying? So, I know I was all over the place with this video, and it's just like frustrations getting out. But the main topic was Koonya and his comment, and people, because I gotta hurry up and get dressed. People, stop looking at these false idols and thinking just because they did a rap song or they did a movie or just because they are your race that they fuck with you. Now I'm talking about black, white, Asian, all that shit. Don't idolize them just because they are your same race or same gender or whatever. Only support them if they give back. You have to do your history. You have to do your research. Support them if they give back. Which, I don't fuck with Lil Wayne. I don't fuck with Koonya West. Because first of all, like Lil Wayne, this nigga say he never experienced racism. But you come from New Orleans and you got a song called The Block is Hot. Why The Block is Hot? The block hot because, a dude playing checkers across the street and he cheating. That's why the block hot. Nah, nigga, the block hot because you're being terrorized by other black people and you're being oppressed by the police, racially profiled. That's why the fucking block hot, dude. But you never experienced racism. So all of your songs dealing with how crooked cops are or you hate this, then you false. You are so fucking false. And people like to idolize these police academy rappers, and I keep saying police academy rappers because the rappers now today are and to a beat, and motherfuckers like, yeah, oh yeah, that shit. Like Future, fuck Future. He's not a rapper. You know what I'm saying? He's a talker to a couple of nice beats. But everybody idolized them, but nobody idolized like Young MC. You know what I'm saying? Just bust the move. Just party. He want to have a good fucking time. He ain't fucking dancing and chucking for the man. He got lyrics. He got bars. Chubb Rock. Nobody idolized Chubb Rock. And Chubb Rock is a lyricist. Redman, Method Man, the whole Wu-Tang Clan, and Anthony, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Queen Latifah, the Brat. Nobody idolized them. You know what I'm saying? Because they spit real facts. NWA, the whole crew of that. Bone Thugs Harmony. DOS Effects. Nobody idolized these dudes. But you idolize these niggas that rap to tight ass beats. Like, I can read somewhat verbatim. When the DOS Effects song come on, I can verbatim recite all that shit. And DOS Effects came out more than 10 years ago. You tried memorizing all this shit that's coming out now, this Police Academy rap, 10 years from now. Ain't no fucking way. Hey, the times change. I mean, everything changes, shit evolves, and maybe it's evolving to that new way of rap. I just don't dig it. I don't dig these superstars that use their heritage to sell records and then don't give back to the community, or go on where a platform where the entire world see them and say outlandish shit that they have no backing of. And Koonya West's voice is so powerful that they're talking about this incident overseas. That's how powerful this nigga is. That's how powerful his voice is. You know what I'm saying? His voice is louder than he can ever scream out a word. That's how powerful his fucking voice is. And for him to disrespect his own culture, he's a fucking Uncle Tom in my book. He's an Uncle Ruckus in my book. He's the Samuel L. Jackson character in that movie. I forget what it was called. Somebody put it in the chat. Samuel L. Jackson played that movie. Django, that's what it was. He's that. This nigga's a fucking clown. And niggas are still gonna buy his album. Fuck no, man. Fuck no. Much like Steve Harvey cooning ass. Every time I see the Family Feud come on and I'm in the house, I turn from that shit because I don't want to be a statistic in his ratings. You can't tell me that you can make a movie on how to treat a woman and you give these women all these advices, but you cheat on your fucking wife and you marry the mistress that you was cheating on, but yet you want to write a book and tell you how to be faithful and how to do. Nigga, please. Nigga, please get the kick rocks. And then the shit what he did with his staff where, you know, he upped the move to Hollywood and didn't consider taking everybody with him. And nephew Tommy, prime example, made his show. He made his show. And you left all these niggas in the wind, or you're going to leave all these niggas in the wind. I don't listen to the Steve Harvey Morning Show, so I don't know if anything has changed since the last time that story had broke, but I don't fuck with him. I don't fuck with him at all. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you this before I go. If the Outer Limits, which the group that I'm in, right? Because, you know, one day we're going to get back together and come out with another single. You know, peace to my main man, Drew. But if the Outer Limits would have gotten, if we had the platform that I have right now, or that we all have right now, we would have been up there. You know what I'm saying? But the internet wasn't popping like that back in when, you know, we were trying to get on. But if I had got that type of stardom, you know who I would have been best friends with? I would have been real close to Roland Martin, D.L. Hughley, and Miss Michelle Wolf. If you don't know who Michelle Wolf is, she shitted all over the Grand Wizard. And this nigga had the nerve to get mad because Sarah Huckabee, or whatever the fuck her name is, Miss Wolf, she made a joke, right? A roast. It's a roast. It's a fucking roast. You go to a roast to get roasted. She said Huckabee, or whatever the fuck her name is, burn fat and then put it on her eye for the shadow, the whatever the fuck. You gotta watch that. Michelle, the White House correspondent dinner. Michelle Wolf, watch that shit. And you can see when she made that joke, she was looking at her like, this bitch. You know what I'm saying? But the Grand Wizard can go and touch pussies. He can make fun of disabled people. He do a lot of shit that everything that she joked about, he did out of a joke. But yet you're going to get mad at her for making a joke at a roast. At a fucking roast. When the Grand Wizard made fun of disabled people. And all this other shit. The fuck is this world coming to, man? I gotta get the fuck up out of here. But I appreciate everybody for watching. And if you're watching a rebroadcast of this, please pass it on. I know I was all over the place with everything, but I just had to get some shit out. But I'll be back. Maybe not tonight, but maybe tomorrow. Sometime it'll be early though. Because I got some stuff that I gotta do. But yeah, that's about it. But hey, look, before I go, look, check the people that you idolize, fact check them or facts check them or whatever they say. Check them and make sure before you spend the time and energy devoting to them, make sure that they straight. You know what I'm saying? And they don't come with no bullshit. Make sure that they real. You know what I'm saying? Native Americans are the real American. Other niggas was just brought here, was shipped here, forced here. Slavery was not a choice. A choice is something that you have a decision over. Okay, I don't want to go cut the grass. Oh, okay, you don't got to cut the grass. You know what I'm saying? Slaves didn't have that option. Nigga, get out there and cut that grass. You couldn't lay in the bed and be like, you gotta get out there and pick this cotton, nigga. And slave be, you know, boss, man, we was up last night drinking some Crown Royal, man. We got fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be able to make it to work. Plus, man, coming out tomorrow, nigga, I ain't gonna be, man, I'd be like 2 hours late or some shit like that. Slaves ain't have that fucking option. Oh, nah, you don't want to get up and work? Okay, hold up, I'll be right back. Alright, then get your ass dragged out to that barnyard, get you 100 lashes, and you bleeding like a motherfucker, and you can't stand up straight. Now go out there and pick that cotton. Yes, boss, I get out, back hurting like shit. You don't have no seat to sit in. You still got to stand on your feet with the bag, and you're getting blisters all over your hands. That's not a choice. You was forced to do that shit. That wasn't a choice for you. Koonya, check your shit. I never did support you heavily, and I damn sure won't do it now, man. So I'm cutting you off every time some shit come on. If you're not shown in a negative eye, I'm not watching it. If it's shown that you're trying to be positive or trying to get up out of this, I'm turning it, because there's nothing that you can say right now that would take back what you have said. Because at this point, if you take back anything that you have said, you're only doing it to extend your wealth. You got an album coming out. You want to get your name thrown out there. Fine. Do some other publicity stunt if that's what this is. Do something else. But don't throw your people who supported you under the bus to try to gain fame. It wasn't the urban kids who brought your shit. It was niggas that brought your shit. It was the black community that supported you. It was the black community to get you to where you got, and then you just turn your fucking back on everybody that got you to the point that you are. We are the reason why you're able to buy and drive Lambos. We are the reason why you met your wife. You understand what I'm saying? You wouldn't have met, if you was that nigga working at the post office third shift, you wouldn't have met Kim Kardashian. We got you to that point where you met her. And you, everything that your child, the kids that you have, we didn't have a part in there, meaning that we didn't screw your wife, but we had a major part in that with you meeting her, because we got you to the status. that you are. I mean, you had buzz in the street for doing producing work when you first started out, but when you start coming out with albums and shit like that, who was the one that got you to where you needed to be? We did. Ticket sales, the album sales and shit. Niggas brought that shit. Rap has just become mainstream where they're just being sent to the inner city kids. Like, and I hate to say this, but Vanilla Ice started off the trend. Vanilla Ice, as much bad criticism that people give him, Vanilla Ice brought rap to other people that weren't really listening to it. So he's the pioneer of that. Recently, rap has been being injected into other areas besides the urban areas. You understand? So maybe you want to leave all your black supporters and get a whole bunch of clans people to buy your music. If that's your goal, hey, that's all on you, dude. But don't use what our ancestors, yours and mine, went through to try to feed your family. You are a fucking dick, man. I would never ever respect you. I swear on everything. If I was walking down the street and I seen Kanye West, I would I would curse him out. I would I'm like, you beach nigga. That's like, I would do a Michael Blackson on him. I say, you Kanye West? Like, yeah, man, I'm Kanye West. Like, you bitch nigga. And walk away. That's what I do. So hopefully I, you know what I'm saying, I get to California where he at, roll up on him and hit him with a Michael Blackson. Beach nigga. You Kanye West? You bitch nigga. You's a bitch nigga. Don't hurt me. You bitch nigga. You bitch nigga. Oh, Koonya, you's a beach nigga. That's what I should have titled the stream, but I gotta get out of here. But thank y'all for watching. But I gotta go. Koonya West, beach nigga. That's how I'm ending the stream. This is for Koonya West. Pass this along to him. Pass this along to the beach nigga. See ya.